Hi everyone, hope you're having a wonderful Monday. It's so hot and muggy here in Southern California. But it really was perfect pool weather. It was perfect weather to hit the dance floor and the air conditioning and work off all those summer pounds. I know it's been hard. I'm trying to live life to the fullest, and I know it's hard for you and me to do that because, all the shit that's going on in our country, how it's being run into the ground, our state, California. Oh my God, get out. If you have left, you're super smart. Bow down to you. Thinking of leaving, you should really go. And it's just awful here. So I'm trying to make the most of it, like everybody else. And one of the things that has helped me throughout the, fake lockdowns and all this stuff is, doing these videos. So I want to say thank you for following me. I know I've gotten like a lot of viewership lately on my videos, and thank you so much. I totally appreciate it. And all I really do is talk about what's going on in my life, talk about things that have been positive, things that I do, because everybody's always asking me, oh my God, you're so happy. Why are you so happy? And it's hard. I think sometimes I live like a hard life. My husband has a extremely stressful job. He's away a lot. He's super grumpy from the stress. And, it's hard. I have a special needs kid. I have two of them. One is super severe, does not sleep at all. And so it is a hard life. I'm tired. I want to sleep. I want to do this. But I can't let all that stuff take over me. I still have to kind of push that down and think, no, I need to see my friends. I need to get to my happy place. And my happy places are engaging with people, new friends and old friends, volunteering. I love to volunteer. It makes me happy. It fills me up. It re-energizes me and reinvigorates me. And I forget that I'm tired. I forget, that my husband's like super grumpy over this and that, and it's good for me. It helps me mentally enjoy life and want to do things and want to engage with people. The more I get out, the more I do things, the more my brain stays active. And I don't hone in on the fact that, oh, boo-hoo-hoo, my life is this, boo-hoo-hoo, my marriage is that. No, I try to make the most of it. So I know I always talk about how wonderful this and that is, but I know there is a different side to marriage. It gets lonely. We have a lot of things on our plate. The economy's not well, as much as the government tries to lie to us and say, no, it's great, have some margaritas. It's not. There's a lot of struggle going on. Gas prices, foods. It makes me nervous when I go grocery shopping and there's no foods on the shelf, or stuff that I used to find all the time I can't hardly find. It's scary. Gas prices are going up. I have to, judge. Do I go out here and there? Can I afford it? All that stuff. I want to try to live my life and, show the kids it's okay. This too shall pass. Continue to living. Do not live in fear. But it does get hard. And one of the things that with all of this going on, it wears and tears on your relationship, especially your marriage. Maybe your spouse has to work a lot of overtime or side jobs just to help make ends meet, or you do too. That's a lot of stress because you're not spending time with each other. You're exhausted. You're being pulled at both ends of the spectrum. So it does get hard. You have kids home from summer school who are like, entertain me, or feed me. I have 3 boys and they're always like hungry, and it's like constant, and especially if you're a special needs mom like I am, the change in a routine, it sets our kids off, and it makes our days longer and harder because they're out of sync. And when they're out of sync, our whole entire family dynamic is out of sync. So it is a hard life. It really is. But with that and the loneliness that sets in because you're inundated from the outside and then the inside of your family dynamics, it takes a toll on you. It's really hard, especially if you feel like your husband is not seeing the stress that you have. Even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, I don't work outside the home, I still have long days. Sometimes my days are 24 hours. It's not just I'm sitting at home watching TV, eating chips, and just hanging out with the kids and having fun. No, sometimes, it's a lot of work going on with a special needs child. I have to doctor's appointments, lawyers, and everything that goes on in the special needs world. It's a lot of work. And then taking care of the kids themselves, it's a lot. So you get really lonely and you get really isolated in your own marriage because your spouse is working long hours, they're stressed out, they're overworked and exhausted as well. They have they're thinking about how are we going to make this bill, how are we going to do this, and everything like that. So it weighs on them. And so when you have these two people who are stretched to the limit, who are exhausted on top of that, who are just like overwhelmed and dumb, you start the fighting and you start not wanting to be together and hang out together. And it happens all the time. I mean, no marriage is perfect. I know, my marriage, sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's awesome, blah, 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 blah. But then, we get in our valleys too, because that's life. It's so normal. I mean, we can't always be riding high in everything. That is unrealistic. That's not normal. A little bit of a fantasy world there. Realistically, your marriage goes mountains and then it peaks down to goes down to valleys and it peaks up again to a mountain. And that's just normal. Very normal. But what you don't want to do is go down these little paths that make the valleys last longer. So, not showing appreciation to your husband, them not reciprocating appreciation for everything that you're doing. Also, not taking time out to just reconnect and put the marriage and your relationship as a priority. And even if it's 20 minutes at night, or having that phone call in between whatever is going on and you have some quiet time and you have those 10 minutes to talk on the phone, that's something. That's better than nothing. Also, we try really hard. We get a babysitter to give the whole family a break from our special needs kid because he's so demanding, needs a lot of attention. So, whatever you can do to alleviate some of the stress. And also a lot of communication, talking about it, sitting down. My husband and I, we talk about our budget. He says, this is the X amount of money that we have for the month. So what are the expenses that we need to pay? What are the most important? Okay. What are the wants you have? So needs and wants are totally different. Needs are, food, paying the mortgage, paying medical bills, all that stuff. Those are genuine needs. Wants is for us to go to the movies, eat out, go spend the gas to visit friends. That's stuff I want to do. It's not a need. So we discuss that. And I think that helps our relationship in discussing this is X amount of money that we have. We cannot spend over. We have to live within our means because usually finances are a huge issue in marriages. So the lack of communication towards that. And when you don't have that communication, it creates a loneliness and it creates that rift between everyone. And you don't want to do that because the more separation you have, the harder it is to get back together. And I think the cracks start getting bigger in different things. Then you only start communicating about the kids. Then you only start communicating about little things here and there. And you don't want to do that. Marriage is hard. It is. It's a lot of work. But that's what you need to do. You need to put in the work like everything else. It's not going to just magically be this wonderful thing. You have to put in the work. You have to, talk to your husband and say, look, I'm lonely. I really need you to do this and this and this. What do you need from me? You know? And so that's where it starts, just like the big communication part. And when you do that, then the nagging and the arguments and stuff like that will subside, because you can't talk to someone effectively and communicate effectively what your wants and needs are if you're yelling or nagging at them. So, and I know it's just not me, it's him too. So it's all back and forth reciprocated. So I know in time it's really stressful and it's really hard right now, but this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Everything that we're going through is going to make us stronger and better. So that's my little tidbit. I know I could talk on and on and on, but I want to thank you, everybody, for following me. I've gotten so many new viewers and subscriptions, and thank you. You guys mean a lot to me. And whatever success and whatever knowledge I have, I always want to share, because I always want the best in people. I always want to share goodness, and hope you have a wonderful day. Love you all.